Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another hard-hitting live episode of the Callous Mind Talking Head Sportscast. Today I am reviewing Week 9, and I am disclosing my Week 9 picks, which they were actually pretty good. But in order to initiate launch on this particular episode, I want to highlight the fact that it is indeed Election Day, so no matter who you vote for, please get your ass out there and do your civic duty and vote if you have not already. I voted for Trump because I believe that he loves America more than the other party does, plain and simple. I like his policies better, and that's that. So that's who I am and who I voted for, and that'll do it. And also, before I get too involved in this, I want to remind everyone of the Dennis Green rant because it relates to the Cardinals and Bears. And Adam talked big mess last week about how the Bears were going to beat the Cardinals, but they did not. But let's go back in time. Let's rewind now to 2006. And Dennis Green commenting on a Cardinals loss to the Bears 18 years ago.
What we thought they were. What we thought they were. We played them in preseason. Who the hell takes a third game in the preseason like it's bull? We played them in the third game. Everybody played three quarters. The Bears are who we thought they were. And that's why we took the damn field. Now, if you want to crown them, then crown their ass. But they are who we thought they were. And we let them off the hook.
That's one of the most classic rants of all time, man. That and Mike Gundy. I'm a man, I'm 40. Love that one too. Love the Herm Edwards. You play to win the game. But anyway, let's get to reviewing the 2024 National Football League Week 9 schedule. On Thursday, the Jets defeated the Texans, and I'd actually talked to Jason. I think it was on Wednesday night. He had called me, and he was talking to me about this game, and I told him, all signs really pointed to the Texans winning this game, but the Jets were overdue for a win. And what do you know? A team traveling from west to east, went there and lost. So, kudos to the Jets defense for holding down the Texans offense, and kudos to the Jets offense for scoring more points than the Texans scored. So, what can you say? You might be seeing more of these, but I don't know. It's hard to say because, the Jets, you just don't know what the hell you're going to get from them week to week. They've been in a lot of games, but they've lost, 6 games. So, what are you going to do? All right, so Sunday's game started with the Falcons beating the Cowboys there, so the Dirty Birds get the win at home. The Bills, man, I tell you what, I had the Bills as part of my parlay, and that's not what killed me, thankfully. They did get that win against their AFC East rival, the Miami Dolphins, so that's an important win for the Bills, but man, that game was a nail-biter. The Raiders go on the road and lose to Cincinnati. The Browns helped blow out my parlay. I started believing in them after they beat the Ravens in, week 8. So I chose them in week 9, and they lose. And so the Chargers get that win in Cleveland. The Titans beat the Patriots there. The Commanders get an important NFC East victory against the Giants. The Panthers squeaked by the Saints even though Derek Carr had returned at quarterback. So last week when I made this pick, I didn't realize that Derek Carr was going to be returning for the Saints. I had assumed that he wasn't going to be returning, and that's why I chose the Panthers. But lo and behold, the Panthers squeaked out a win there. So how about that? The Ravens demolished the Broncos there at home. The Jags go on the road, as I predicted, and play the Eagles close. And probably, for all intents and purposes, could have won that game, but they didn't. And the Eagles get the win at home against the Jags. The Cardinals, oh man, look at the Cardinals, 5-4, get a big win here in Glendale against the visiting Chicago Bears. So that's great. The Cardinals sit atop the NFC West standings, so that's very, very cool. The Lions win a close game there against the Packers, or I should say competitive game. It's not necessarily close. 10 points isn't close, but I'd call it competitive. The classic NFC North game, though. The Rams and Seahawks, look at that. Final overtime. The Rams get that win against the Hawks. So Seattle seems to be fading here. But we'll see if that continues or not. The Colts and Vikings. The Vikings get that win, so they needed that after a couple of losses in a row. And how about the Monday Night Football game? That game was a pretty big surprise to me here, because the Bucks, they were playing the Chiefs really tight, and I mean the game even had to go into overtime. So I give the Buccaneers a lot of credit for being a gutsy, gritty team, even though they have two important wide receivers out. But they still gave the Chiefs all the Chiefs wanted and took them to overtime. So I got to give them a big congratulations on that, because that's not necessarily an easy feat, especially playing at Arrowhead. So the Buccaneers went on the road and lost, that's for sure, but they didn't do themselves any dishonor with that loss. They played well, and they just didn't get the win. They just came up short at the end there. So my 2024 NFL Week 9 pick results were 12 wins and 3 losses. So not too shabby of a week. I will take being 4x my losses anytime. So I'm pretty happy with that chain of events there. Alright, so let me get over here then and see if we got any comments. Oh, Adam, nothing makes me happier than saying Aaron Rodgers is done. Stick a fork in him. Going out in humiliating fashion couldn't have happened to a nicer guy. Bears look pathetic against the Cardinals. Almost embarrassing. Lions have the division and maybe a Super Bowl bid all wrapped up. They even look better than the Chiefs at the moment. Yeah, you know, that's an interesting statement right there, because I don't necessarily disagree with you. I think the Chiefs have been involved in some really close games, and probably in some cases too close for their own comfort, but they find a way to get it done, right? But the Lions seem like probably the most convincing team at this moment, I will say. So I tend to agree with you there. As far as the NFC goes, they look like the most convincing team. And the AFC is kind of a little bit more messy. I think the Bills are good. I think the Ravens and Steelers are good, but they're probably going to be the ones to finish each other off over there. You know, the Cardinals, I feel like they could at least win a playoff game if they get there. But who knows if they'll actually get there or not? That remains to be seen. But it'll be interesting nonetheless. But I think that's going to about do it for me today. The next episode will be another video upload. That was a lot of fun. Last Tuesday I did this live stream, and I typically record this and then I upload this to Rumble. But I was able to insert the Dennis Green rant in my picks video last week for Rumble, and it was pretty funny. I just keep going over there and rewinding that part and watching it, rewinding it, and watching it, because that was just so classic Dennis Green and so freaking funny, man. Those rants never get old to me. I just enjoy the shit out of them. So anyway, thank you all for taking some time and spending it with me today. I do sincerely appreciate it. Please, please, please be good to yourselves and each other. Get out there and vote if you haven't done so already. and I will talk to you probably tomorrow via the uploaded video or Thursday. But thanks for liking, sharing, subscribing, and I'll talk to you all again very soon. God bless.